now 2nd and 4 from the 31.
31-yard line.
Shotgun now for Brady. Looking middle, and it's incomplete. And this throw a bit late as he couldn't reach back for it. And they'll look to avoid an early 3 and out here on 3rd and 4.
Yards to go.
Working from the gun, it's Brady. Open man is Godwin. It's complete. And they'll get this well past midfield before being stopped just before the 35. One heck of a 3rd down conversion. 33 yards. All right, Charles, let me put you in the head of one of those defenders out there. You have a big play like that go against you so early. Does that shake your confidence?
It shouldn't, but it often does, because your thought process all during the week is how you're going to get after that offense and make your plays. And when they make one against you, it makes you a little bit hesitant.
Time to regroup. A gain of 6 there on 1st.
One thing we do know, he's going to get his catches. So as they move forward defensively, got to continue to focus on not giving up the big play when he does catch the ball in the secondary.
Brady on target there to Godwin. And he'll be a little shy of the 25 here at the 26-yard line. That's a gain of 4 on the play, and that's going to make it 3rd down and less than a yard. Here's Ronald Jones, first carry for the USC man. And he gets this down to the 18, good enough for a 1st down. It goes as a gain of 8, and it moves the chains. Quite the opening drive march they're on right now.
It looks a lot like what we saw in practice prior to the game, doesn't it? You know, because on that last big practice beforehand, you go through your offensive script. You go through your play calling. You go through all this stuff and establish things, and it looks like it's going like clockwork right now for them.
And he's into the end zone. Touchdown, Buccaneers. Tom Brady with a touchdown pass to Chris Godwin. And the Bucs take the ball down the field and score on their opening drive. They're the favorite, no question. And when they score like that on the opening drive to set the tone, you're the underdog on the other bench. That's hard, isn't it?
Yeah, because you can't bring the home crowd into it, because you're counting on that to be a part of your equalizer, ride their momentum. But you have to give them something to cheer for. So now what you're worried about is they're better than we are. We can't get going. Are we about to get blown out?
Good news, still a long way to go. Now we'll see what the right arm of Dak Prescott has in store as the Dallas Cowboys offense sets up shop.
One thing he does very well, he takes care of the football. Had 176 pass attempts to start his career without an interception. That's the most in NFL history. And finished his rookie year, 23 touchdown passes and only 4 interceptions.
So Prescott and the Cowboys now with a 1st and 10 at the 33-yard line. Power running by Zeke. And some space hit. Ezekiel Elliott going to take it the distance. Touchdown, Cowboys. Ezekiel Elliott, 67 yards. And the Cowboys are an extra point away from tying the football game.
Earlier in the week when they had their scouting report meeting, this was the explosiveness that they talked about trying to contain. They were concerned about it all week, yet he still did it to them. Wonder how that's going to carry over the rest of the game.
Zerline good with a PAT, and we are tied at 7.
Greg Zerline to kick off for Dallas.
Each team's had it. Each team has scored. 7-7 here as the kick's away. Fielded near the back of the end zone. And he'll just take a seat, and the drive will begin at the 25-yard line.
25-yard line.
Tampa Bay, they're getting ready to set up shop here for their second drive. And they're hoping to redo their efforts in the last drive when they got into the end zone.
And just think of what it's like now on the sideline, because when you score a touchdown, you have to go over and look at the tablet and see what you did on the last drive. When you scored...
And now a fumble. Brady loses the football. But it looks like a Buccaneer was able to corral it. Yes, the Bucs have it. Tampa Bay keeps the possession. Able to fall on it, but look where they recovered it. That's a big loss.
A lot of bad news on that play for them, wasn't there? Lost the football, lost a lot of yardage, but I think the good news outweighs it. Able to retain possession. That was big for them.
That's complete to his running back, Evans. And they're able to bring him down at the 20. They'll get 9 there as that sets him up better for 3rd down.
3rd down.
From the gun, it's Brady. He's going deep for Brown. Well, this is taken in. It's complete. Now Brown, he lost the football. It's picked up by the Cowboys. And they have possession, and they have it at the 38-yard line. A lot of talk this week about ball security. In fact, they added an extra period in practice to be more secure with the ball. It didn't work out there.
Well, sometimes you just get overexcited during the game. You may all of a sudden make your catch, see some open field, and decide you're going for it, and not realizing the danger lurks while you're doing so.
Ezekiel Elliott going to take it the distance. And he'll take it into the end zone for a Cowboy touchdown. Ezekiel Elliott with his second touchdown in this opening quarter. And the Cowboys have taken the lead. We're seeing some pretty good offense here in this first quarter.
It's been a wild start to this quarter, as you noted. And now with that lead that we're seeing, can they retaliate? I get the sense this one's going to go back and forth all game long.
And that probably won't be the last long touchdown that we see in this one.
For Dallas.
Now after the touchdown, it's Zerline. He'll kick it away.
The Bucs take over 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
Here comes the Tampa Bay offense now heading back out onto the field. And they had the fumble last time that led to a touchdown. That's a no-no. We'll see what they do here this go-around.
A big no-no. Put that in capital letters. Turning it over, the other team takes it down and scores. That can be a deflator for a football team. Now it's up to the offense to get back out on the field and pick things up.
You know, they're out there. We'll see if they can pick those things back up.
One of the advantages of zone defense, as I remember it, is being able to see the play develop in front of you. One of the disadvantages, when they find those levels where they can hit you with it. Sometimes behind the corner and in front of the safety, it makes it tough to defend.
Now a pass hauled in downfield. And he is out of bounds, but not before he's inside the 30. Another big play as they get 28 out of that one. So from Cowboy territory now, here's 1st and 10 as they've got it to the 28-yard line. Brady's throw there complete. And he'll be brought down at the 21, just shy of the 20 in the red zone. 7 yards, the pickup on the pitch and catch.
Fired that one in there, able to make connection on a nice in route.
With those faster passes when they're going that fast, any hesitation as a quarterback that the deflection, if you miss, might be bigger and lead to an interception?
Yeah, and the deflection works both ways. Maybe a defender gets a hand in the way and it pops in the air. And sometimes you throw it so hard your receiver can't handle it, and he pops it up in the air for the defenders to grab as well.
But a moot point there as they were able to connect. Able to get 7 on that first down pass play. 2nd and 3. Brady gives this one off to Jones. And he'll get nothing there. Stopped right at the line as that will wind us down to the end of this first quarter of play. The Bucs on 3rd down. They've been okay. 2 for 3 thus far. Here it's 3rd and 3. Looking for Godwin, and he's got him complete. And able to get him down, but he does reach the 5. They're able to convert on 3rd down, and that sets up a 1st and goal. Here's Brady to throw. And he's got it. And he's into the end zone for a Tampa Bay touchdown. Tom Brady hooking up with Mike Evans there. And the Buccaneers are an extra point away from tying up this football game. Certainly there are good things about quick strike offenses that score fast, but a long drive can also work to your advantage as well.
In so many ways, Brandon, because number one, you get them tired, but the big one is mentally. They can't figure out how to slow you down, how to get off the field, how to get the ball back. They go to the bench wondering, what are we going to do next time in order to stop those guys?
Pollard elects to keep it, and this will come out to the 25-yard line. And let's gaze our attention on Ezekiel Elliott. The Dallas offense here set to begin the drive. And coming off a one-play drive that was so deflating for the defense, what's their mentality? How do they rally here and stop this offense?
Well, hopefully there's some determination that sets in because they weren't ready to go on the last one. Give all the credit to the offensive guys for getting it done, but to allow a run of that length, that's just not being prepared. So now, are they determined? Are they ready to read their keys and make the proper plays?
And we'll see how determined they are. Now problems right out of the gate. We're going to get a delay.
Game offense.
No! That's going to set him back 5 yards.
Still first down.
So a little bit of a stiffer challenge now. 1st and 15 following the delay of game.
Delay of game offense.
He didn't seem in a rush. I guess they just didn't know where the play clock was.
I think you're right about that because there was no hurried movements there, right? No up-tempo at all. Clock just ran out. I think he
got his man complete. Play here for Dallas. 43 yards. So the big play gets him across midfield now for 1st and 10.
As we've seen over the years, offense coordinators will often ease their way into drives.
And this is taken in at the 5. And he is into the end zone for a Cowboy touchdown. Amari Cooper, 42 yards. And the Cowboys have broken the tie. So simple math here in the first half. They've had 3 drives offensively, and they have scored every time, and they've got the lead.
Well, whenever we talk about adjustments, we usually talk about an offense making adjustments, right? This is all about the defense. They've got to figure out some way, somehow to slow them down. Do they blitz a little bit more? Do they play more zone coverage? Right now, they don't know where to go because they're hitting them in every direction.
Zerline now for the PAT. It's up and good, and that'll make the score 21-14. Pretty clean and simple there. Just 2 plays. The long pass resulting in the touchdown on play number 2.
Zerline to kick off for Dallas.
Now after the touchdown, it's Zerline. He'll kick it away. This will make it into the end zone. And no effort to bring this one out. It's a touchback.
At their own 25-yard line.
And Tampa Bay trots out there now. Touchdowns on back-to-back drives. So a very good flow right now offensively.
Hard to slow them down, too, because they are locked in. Feel like the offense coordinator is a little bit ahead of the defensive guys right now. They're beating them to the punch with their play calls. They've got a nice rhythm they're locked into. How can the defensive guys come up with something that'll disrupt that flow? That's what they're seeking right now.
Well, it's been an exciting sequence to watch. A good pickup there. 8 yards on the first down completion.
Nice rhythm throw there on first down. He located his tight end, made it a nice easy pitch and catch.
Hoping he can break a tackle or two. Wasn't able to do that there, but still good yardage. Here's a 2nd and 2 now from the 33. Well, the jet sweep. This is Godwin. And he'll be brought down shy of the 40 at the 38-yard line. A gain of 5, good enough for the first down.
Well, we've seen running backs in today's NFL get involved in the passing game. Maybe it's about time more receivers like that get involved in the running game.
And that is something we are seeing more and more in this league, no question about it. That wasn't the biggest of gains. That was enough to get them a first down. And it continues to test the defense. They have to think on every play about who might end up with the ball.
Brady going to fake the give to Jones and set up to throw.
Under a heavy rush, and down he goes.
Credit the sack to Leighton Vander Esch. So Brady and the Bucs need to work a little magic. 3rd and long after that last sack.
Brady going to throw. He'll set up the screen to Fournette. They do get 7 out of that, but not enough to prevent a 4th down. Instead of throwing it downfield, Charles, they just tried to dump it underneath there. You like the call?
I do. I think it's a high percentage play because you get the completion. What you're counting on is your back to use his legs and his elusiveness to make people miss and pick up the 1st down. In this case, it didn't happen.
A second broken tackle, and nothing but daylight ahead. Touchdown, Cowboys! What a sensational punt return, 98 yards. And the Cowboys are able to show off their quick strike ability. Now Zerline on and the extra point. He's got it as they double up the lead. This one's now 28-14. So his big play capability in full display there as he's able to return that punt for a touchdown. So after surrendering the punt return for a score, let's see what they can do in turn on this kickoff.
And this carries into the end zone. And this will not be brought out. It's a touchback.
At their own 25-yard line.
And here we go again with Tom Brady in Tampa's offense.
A lot of the problems have been on the other side of the ball. Is that frustrating for a quarterback who's been playing well?
It is, but there's no way that the best ones let their teammates know that. They actually take it upon themselves and say, okay, I have to do even more, or I need to play better. Maybe even say I put my defense in a bad spot. That's what true leadership shows you.
Yeah, well, he doesn't need to change much personally. On 1st down, Brady. And he will go down. A Cowboys sack. Off the edge, it's Tyrone Crawford with a sack.
I'm starting to feel for that quarterback back there. I mean, you know me. Normally, don't have a lot of empathy for the QB, right? In this case, definitely. He's been on constant duress this entire game. I don't know how he's surviving back there.
And to think, and he's going to be brought down. Back at his own 6-yard line. Aldon Smith, the former number 7 pick, gets the sack.
The sack backs him up 3rd and long. Tough challenge for Brady and the Bucs.
Not wanting to risk another sack, they'll play it safe with a run. And they'll indeed stop him on 3rd down. And now what do you want to do with your timeouts? They do get 10 back, but still a ways to go on 4th. Here's Bradley Pinion now. Remember, his first attempt was returned for a touchdown. It's taken to the 26. Powering his way forward. So we have come to halftime, and what's already a 2. All right, hang on. We'll jump over halftime.
Buccaneers 14.
The Cowboys will get the football first here, and they have the lead as well as we are underway in quarter 3.
This is Tony Pollard.
A spin.
And a good effort on the return there. Gets him across the 30, up to the 33.
Cowboys take over 1st and 10. At their own 33-yard line.
Out come the Cowboys now as he'll go on offense first here in this 3rd quarter. They built a good first-half lead. Now they have a chance to add on to it.
And what I'm thinking is that
it's caught inside the 25. Touchdown, Cowboys. Amari Cooper. 2 catches, 2 touchdowns here so far. And the Cowboys will extend their lead.
In order to lead in a game, you're going to get plenty of contributors. But that's his 2nd touchdown catch of this game. He's one of the key guys in this one.
And you better believe he'll be looking for the hat trick here as this one continues to go.
Zerline to kick off for Dallas.
Now after the touchdown, it's Zerline. He'll kick it away.
Fielded a couple yards into the end zone. And he'll be dropped at the 21-yard line. So bringing it out of the end zone proves not a good decision. Loses him about 4.
Brady. He's playing pretty well. I don't think it's necessarily him changing up something he's doing, but that O-line, they've got to protect him better.
They do. They've got to make sure that they give him more than...
The Bucs offense set to begin their next possession. And their halftime hole now even deeper, and they need a big drive here just to answer the first touchdown of the second half scored against them.
They were down at the half. Now, as you mentioned, they're down a little bit bigger, but no time for discouragement. Just got to get back to it, right? Put your shoulder against the boulder and start pushing and try and get back to where you were to start the half.
Here's 2nd and 9, just a yard on that last run. From the gun, Brady throwing over the middle, but it's incomplete. The running back, Leonard Fournette, his intended receiver. And now it's 3rd down.
It's 3rd down.
Here's Brady.
Yards.
They'll try and set up the screen. It's complete. And he's not going to sniff the first down here. He stopped at the 25. 3 yards, all they could muster there, and it'll bring up 4th down.
In order for a screen pass to break big, a lot of things have to come together and be well executed. But all it takes is one small thing to go wrong and keep it from being a big game.
This will be taken at the 10. A good return there. Call it 13 yards. And the Cowboys will take over the football with a 1st and 10. Amari Cooper and the Cowboys set to take over once again. And I know that they've double-teamed him a couple times, but not a ton. Whatever they're doing isn't working. He's up over 100 yards. We'll see how they adjust.
And when they do that, they weaken.
He's got a man complete. And all the way down to the 35. It's a big play for the Cowboys on 3rd. 42 yards.
Frankly, I don't know that this defense knows what to do anymore. Just look at their body language out there. The passing game has absolutely been relentless throughout.
The ball carrier.
Tackle made that time by Vita Vea.
Well, on every play call, you realize it's not going to go for a touchdown. So a lot of your calls are setting things up for maybe later in the game, trying to establish the inside run with toughness now. Hopefully get to the perimeter later, and let's face it, you could do worse than a 4-yard run on 1st down.
3 yards is half of what they needed. Now can they get the other 3 here on 3rd down? And he's able to get the first here as he's taken down at the 25. A 3rd down gain of 3 yards, and that'll be enough.
So 1st and 10, and if they score on this drive, might have to start digging in our second half blowout material.
They'll get him to the ground at the 20 following a pickup of 4. And give him 4 yards there. It'll be 2nd and 6. They give it off here to the tight end. And they'll bring him down at the 13-yard line.
Well, you certainly have to give a little credit here because they're playing this game now at their pace. This is ball control football. Sustain.
And he is into the end zone for a Cowboy touchdown. A 13-yard touchdown run. And the Cowboys, they push out in front further.
Okay, we need to double-check here with Marvin because he keeps all of our good stats. But what I've got is 5 drives, 5 touchdowns, and they've got a nice, healthy lead.
Well, after the first drive, we thought things might be clicking. They're really clicking at this point. They're clicking about as much as they can click.
And right
I just said click a lot.
Yes, you did, but that's okay because the guy who's coordinating the defense, trying to slow them down,
good luck.
He's going to have hair that looks like mine very soon. Not much of it.
And he'll decide to not bring this one out as their drive will begin at the 25. Back now comes Tampa Bay.
And they're coming off a 3-and-out, my friend.
I think they've got to look at that play sheet and go to a spot that they haven't gone before. Time to shake things up a little bit to try and get this offense moving.
Okay, so how do you do that? How do you shake things up?
You look at what you've called before, realize it hasn't worked
go to
so
something
well,
else.
and maybe try and find one of those special plays from one of your better players, and maybe try and hit something big and get things going in the excitement area.
One play has him up past the 40 already, and another 1st and 10.
Well, maybe this offense has learned something from watching their counterparts work. I'm wondering if their coaching staff said, let's do what they've been doing the entire game, because that's worked well. This offense, they have not looked particularly good all game long. But a nice throw there for a good gain and a 1st down.
Tampa Bay.
They keep it on the ground. This time it's Fournette. Xavier Woods, the free safety, up to make the tackle.
Well, at the end of all that hitting and hollering, it was a 4-yard run, so the offense is going to go back to huddle, feel pretty good about themselves. Defensively, you have to feel okay because you didn't let it turn into a bigger run, but the goal, shut it down for 2 yards or less. That's when you start to feel good about yourselves.
And he's got this pretty close to a 1st down at the Cowboys' 39.
A 5-yard pickup on the play.
So they'll get a little extra time to come up with his 3rd down play as we've played 3 quarters. We'll return with more after this. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. Brady to throw on 3rd and 1. Quickly to Gronkowski. That's caught. And he is going to have the Buccaneers 1st down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion. Instead of a 3rd and 1 run, they go pass and they get 12 yards out of it. On 1st and 10, here's Brady. Over the middle here to Brown. And they do get him down, but not before he's able to slip it inside the 5-yard line.
And goal at the
23 yards, the final tally.
55, Mark, 55. Hey, keep it up, keep it up.
Operating from the gun. Brady looking end zone, but it's incomplete. Looking for his all-pro tight end, Rob Gronkowski, but it'll be 2nd and goal. Now Brady again. And it's caught. And he's into the end zone. Touchdown, Buccaneers. Tom Brady with a touchdown pass to Chris Godwin. And the Bucs are able to cut in now to that deficit. He has his 2 scores, but still a sizable deficit in this game.
Do you have him in fantasy football this week?
Unfortunately, no.
It's too bad, right? That would have been big points. But he is really trying to rally his team as best he can. Things are not going as well the rest of the way for them. That's why they're down with this deficit. He might need to score a couple of more times to give them a chance.
And the Cowboys are able to recover. Now they're down big here in the 4th. They had to try the onside kick. Can't fault them for the effort at least.
No, you can't at all. And if nothing else, now you've put something that you're trying to practice, right, that you've worked on into a game situation, and now you can go back and dissect it. So if you need it again sometime, maybe you'll find a better way to do it. But, yeah, this game's pretty much done for them.
Jordan Whitehead there defensively.
2nd and 10.
A 2nd down throw for Prescott. He sets to fire deep. And he'll take it into the end zone for a Cowboy touchdown. 3 touchdown passes now for Dak Prescott. And the Cowboys will add on to their lead. They were still throwing with a comfortable lead here late, and now that lead even more comfortable.
And your first thought is there bad blood that went into this one ahead of time, that maybe they're seeking some revenge or they just don't like them? But the other thing that always hits me is, are they worried about playoff positioning? Right? Are they worried about, do you need enough points in case there's a tiebreaker that comes into play later?
Now after the touchdown, it's Zerline. He'll kick it away.
The Bucs take over 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
Now the Buccaneer offense gets set to take over. And for them, a touchdown their last go-around. Obviously, they'll be hoping to do that again.
And when you start plotting for this drive, when you start thinking to yourself, okay, what are we going to do? You don't go away from what you did before because that worked.
And this will be caught at the 30. And he takes this down deep on the Cowboys side of the field. A big play that time for Tampa Bay. 55 yards. And at this stage, down in the second half, looks like they just wanted to find a way to get it in the hands of their playmaker, and they did.
I think you're exactly right. I don't think the coordinator's looking at his play sheet and trying to figure out which play will work well. He's trying to figure out how to get the ball to the playmaker Find people plays, not necessarily X's and O's, and that's exactly what they did there.
10 more for him on that one. He's been a busy man. It's a first down.
I think a lot of people ask the same question all the time. Why do we see so many slants in the red zone? Well, the windows are tighter. Everything's more condensed. It has to be quicker, and you've got to deliver the ball on time. Your biggest worry, ball gets tipped in the air, because if that happens, then it's fair game for the defense.
A gain of 7 that time. Second and goal.
Brings up second and goal at the 3-yard line.
Again, they'll throw with Brady. And they're going to get him. They bring him down to the sack back at the 16-yard line. DeMarcus Lawrence able to get in there for his second sack of the afternoon. Third and goal, trying to make that scoreboard at least a little more respectable. From the gun, Brady. And that is caught. Well, they're going to see this one to the end. They get a score, but pretty much an exercise in futility right now. Still down big. And he's a little bit on the shorter side as a receiver. Maybe sometimes for the defense, tough to find the little guys, right?
Yeah, sometimes they get lost in the traffic, but usually what it means is that rather than just winning with height or even speed, they use their quickness to find a way to get open.
Well, tall, short, wide, skinny, whatever, there it results in a touchdown.
For Tampa Bay.
And the Cowboys are able to recover. Fourth quarter, they felt like they needed the football back. Unfortunately, they couldn't get it.
And I know we brought analytics into the game, and someone has said here that the data says that when a team's expecting an onside kick, 80% of the time, the team expecting it, they do actually recover the ball, which is what we saw here. I just wonder if that number is much more of a anecdotal type of a number. Kind of like when the coaches tell us, well, when you score on special teams, 90.
That's caught inside the 20. And they'll wind up getting this one all the way down inside the 20. A gain there of 30 big ones.
The 17-yard line.
So the big play means just like that, they'll operate from the red zone now on first down. Now here's a look for the end zone, but that one's going to wind up incomplete.
I like the thought process there. They connected on a big play, and sometimes you find the defense vulnerable. So they went for the bigger shot, went for it all on that one. This time, they were ready for it.
And he will be brought down at about the 6-yard line. It's a 10-yard gain there, and it sets him up now first and goal.
Well, that last run for a first down, it really should be the last straw for the defense. I don't care how many they had in the box. They need to add more people.
And he's able to get it down to the 2-yard line. A pickup of 4 on first down. It'll be second and goal. They'll try to run this one in. And he'll get in. Touchdown, Cowboys. Taking it in from 2 yards out. And the Cowboys will extend their lead.
Cowboys will line up for
Prescott. Could not block that one any better. Everyone was accounted for, and a great surge by the offensive line. I think this is just going to be a function of the times we live in now. Very similar to the bat flip in baseball. Everyone's got to start to get comfortable with this. But to me, this is just rubbing it in. You got a big lead. Go ahead and take the extra point. One thing to keep in mind, though, karma's still out there, and sometimes has a way of catching up with you.
At their own 25-yard line.
Now the Buccaneers offensive unit back out on the field. They're down big here late. I don't know. You just one last drive here for pride?
Some people like to do that. I remember playing for a guy once. We were down huge, and someone said, "Coach, what do you want to call?" He just waved a hand like, "Who cares? Let's get out of here and do something some other time." But some teams like to do.
Gronkowski's going to go. And he takes this down deep on the Cowboys side of the field. A big play. Brady to Gronkowski. 56 yards. And he's going to go down. Back at the 27-yard line. He's sacked. Now the Bucs going to use the first of their timeouts, as the clock will stop with an even 20 seconds left to go. Got to imagine the pass rush will be equally intense here on second down following the sack. It's 2nd and 18. It's complete to Brown, right side. And he's into the end zone for a Tampa Bay touchdown. Antonio Brown, his second touchdown of the afternoon. And the Bucs are able to cut into that deficit.
Yeah, that touchdown counts for their team, but I think it counts more for the fantasy guys, doesn't it?
Yeah, it's just something maybe positive to look at on film, but this one's over, let's be honest.
Yeah, I agree with you totally on that one.
Bradley.
Following the touchdown now, it's Bradley Pinion on to kick this one away.
Now Pollard.
Now a crease here as he's past the 30.
And they'll start this drive just across the 30. Pretty nice work on the return.
About set for this next drive by the Cowboys offense. He's going to fire one deep over the middle. Oh, this is taken in. It's complete. And he's going to get this all the way down inside the 35. From the 34 now, here's 1st and 10.
I'm seeing a lot of guys shaking their heads on defense right now, particularly in the secondary. And when you see that going on, that is never a good sign. But it's understandable. They've been shredded so far.